I've tried to keep things concise, but if you need more details or clarification to help, please let me know. I'm in a really tough spot, but I'm not looking to vent about my wife or complain about her actions. What I need is advice, insight from experience, and a sense of support. Please keep that in mind when replying. Over the past year, my wife and I have discussed the idea of an open relationship. We only talked about it, and I was open to considering it, but I made it clear it would only work if we had 100% trust and prioritized our relationship and each other's needs. We need boundaries and rules in place, and I emphasized I never wanted to hear details about her sexual encounters. The last time we talked, I said I'd be willing to try an open relationship for a set period, but only if trust and respect for boundaries were fully in place. I also mentioned that now wasn't the right time for me, as I'm still physically healing. 2 weeks ago, she went out alone and didn't come back until 5 a.m. The next day, she confessed she slept with someone else, thinking it was okay. She seemed to be seeking my approval when she told me, but I was devastated. I punched a hole in the wall, broke down in tears, and told her how deeply she'd hurt me. We talked for about an hour, and I agreed to forgive her on the condition we returned to being exclusive. But during that conversation, her friends from the club were texting her, inviting her out again. She claimed she genuinely thought it was okay to sleep with other people and apologized, but then asked if it was still all right for her to go out with them. At that point, I lost it and yelled at her. We argued for another 3 hours, eventually arriving back at the same conclusion, that we'd work together to fix things. She said she would choose me, and we acknowledged it would be hard, but we both agreed to try. The next day, which was her birthday, I had planned a dinner with friends and games back at our place. But by midday, she told me she had invited everyone to a bar after dinner. That night, she dragged me out to watch her dance with and make out with other guys. After 2 days of fighting, she told me she needed to find herself and believed she'd love me more once she did. She said if I didn't let her, she would stay with me but be an empty shell of a person. I booked her an errand for a week, and she was upset I wasn't happy about it. She thinks this week away will help her find herself and that she'll come back to me. She's been texting, wanting to come back, but I told her she can only return when she's figured out why and how we ended up in this situation. The problem is, I don't know if I want her back anymore. My last breakup was similar. My ex asked me to wait for 3 months while she decided between me and another guy. I waited because I loved her